Hey guys, I figured I needed to do this video because I hadn't explained why I'm back. So, why am I doing this? Well, simple answer, I'm pissed off. I am I'm livid at the situation that we're living in right now, and mostly it's got to do with the fact that I have absolutely no power. I have a voice, but I have no power. And I am sitting here watching the Democratic Party and the media fall down and lay down in a chalk outline of themselves. And it is fucking infuriating. I mean, at this point, if you're not pissed off, you are not paying attention. And we are watching our republic just get shredded right in front of us. We're watching every democratic norm, small d democratic norm, being torn to pieces and used as toilet paper. Our Constitution, be damned. And God damn it, I don't understand why the powers that be are not doing any fighting. It is absolutely frustrating. It's infuriating. Just watching what Chuck Schumer is doing is just blowing my mind right now. And honestly, I feel like if I did not speak up, then I'm not doing my part to help protect our democracy. They screamed and yelled about it all through 2024. Our democracy's on the line. Well, here it is, right in front of us, right now. And they don't seem to be doing a good goddamn thing. I mean, how can we sit here and watch and not do anything? I mean, I'm seeing people rise up. I'm seeing people, going to town halls and screaming and yelling. And I think that they're getting the point. But the Democratic Party is not getting the point. And they need a fire under their ass. Look, this is not some kind of high science. This is a simple math equation. It's not rocket fucking surgery. Money in politics is the root of all of this. And the Republican Party has mastered the money in politics. Problem is that the Democratic Party, not all of them, but a great majority of them are influenced by corporations and big money donors. And that's how Washington runs. The reason why Chuck Schumer is in charge is not because he's the most flamboyant. It's not because he's the most intelligent. It's not because he's the best politician. It's because he raises the most money. And of course, being in New York City, it's all Wall Street money. This is the problem. This is the biggest issue. And when I see Democratic Party and the Democratic media, or, just nominally on the left, not ever bring up this point. For decades, they could have been talking about this. Since the 80s, they could have been talking about this. Since Ronald Reagan came and said the scariest 11 words you can hear is, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Dumbass. The government is supposed to help out the people. FDR proved that. He pulled us out of the Great Depression, and he won fucking World War II, and he won election 4 times. That is how you win. That is what a Democrat is supposed to do. Stand up for the working class. Stand up for the middle class. And not be cowed by big money donors. But here we are. This is where we're at right now. Corporate greed. I mentioned it a couple of days ago. Hakeem Jeffries goes to Silicon Valley and begs for big corporate money because there's some good billionaires and there's some bad billionaires. Look, honey, I'm on the left. I don't think there should be any goddamn billionaires. Billionaires, I honestly think once you get your Billy, you're done. You won capitalism. Go buy an island and live out the rest of your days in whatever bliss that you need to. But get the fuck out of the government and get the fuck out of our business world because you're not doing us any good. I get a little heated. But let me explain to you really quickly. The Republican Party's plan is simple. They want to destroy government. And the way they have been doing it in the past is they defund an agency or a social program until it starts to fail. Then the people go, "Oh my God, I'm not getting my Social Security check, or I'm not getting my social program, or the roads, the bridges, the tunnels, yada, yada. You know what? Maybe government doesn't work. And then the whole time, that propaganda is being pushed from the Republican Party through the conservative news media. And they say, yeah, government doesn't work. We need to replace that with a private corporation. And then what happens? Things deteriorate, costs go up, your costs go up. Because before it was a public good, it was being provided by the government. It comes through your tax dollars. You're still going to get charged in your taxes. You're still going to pay for military spending. You're still going to be spending the same amount of money paying off taxes. But instead now you are going to be footing the bill for every other program that you used to get. And that is how the Republican Party tears down government agencies. Now we're in a brand new world. What is Elon Musk doing? He's breaking the law. He should be arrested for what he's doing. And I don't mean locked up. I mean arrested, charged, prosecuted, because I believe in the fucking rule of law. That is what makes this country a free country. You don't just get to kick people out of the country or arrest them without any due process. A habeas corpus. We should be in control of our own bodies and our own welfare. But we're not. We're being governed by a bunch of theocratic psychopaths who want their free speech to say the N word, the R word, the F word, whatever fucking word, but they don't want to hear your free speech. I want to have control over my body. No. You need to shut up. We're going to kick you out of the country. Look, I cannot stand by and not do anything. I cannot stand by and watch the death of democracy. Not the one that they've been saying on television. Oh, democracy dies in darkness. Thank you, Washington Post. Thank you for being owned by a rich mega billionaire that at any time he wants to can just go in there and change the paper. Although he said he wasn't going to, he's already done it a handful of times. Just like Donald Trump says, oh, I believe in free speech, but he's attacking free speech. He says he's against war. Meanwhile, he's warmongering with Greenland and Panama and in Holland and whoever owns Greenland, and in Iran and Somalia, and now he's turned his back on Ukraine, and it seems like the only people that Donald Trump likes are authoritarians, because ultimately that is what he wants to be. He doesn't want to. The only reason why he wants to kiss Putin's ass is because he wants Putin to fucking teach him how to be a goddamn tyrant, an authoritarian. And that is all he knows. I mean, I remember back in his first term, he came back from China and Xi was like, he's like, oh, that's Xi, I tell you what, every time I walk in the room, every time he walks in the room, people stand up and salute him. We should start doing that here. That is not democracy. That is a totalitarian, authoritarian government. And we cannot live that way. That's not democracy. And as sure as shit isn't democracy, having the richest man in the world fucking around with Social Security and Medicare, those are the final limbs of our democracy, and he is ripping them down. So God damn it, yeah, I need to speak up. I think we all need to speak up. But I had to do this for my soul. I had to do this for my psyche. Look, you don't have to be a political genius to know right from wrong. You see it. Taking food out of the mouth of a hungry person, you know that's wrong. Bombing poor people into oblivion, you know that's wrong. When I see Americans struggling, not just to make ends meet, but to have proper health care or not to go bankrupt because of their health care, you know that's wrong. You know the way our moneyed system works these days, whether it's corruption, it's bribery, charging you on the front end, charging you on the back end. You are too busy working 2 or 3 jobs to be able to pay attention to what's going on, and they're counting on that. They are counting on you being so busy and so distracted that you're not going to be able to see the fuckery that is going on. And that's why I'm doing this again. because I want to let you know what fuckery is afoot. I love people. I live in New York City. I love people. I have empathy for people. I care about people. And I care what happens to them. And I don't care if you're a Democrat, a Republican, a liberal, a conservative, or a leftist like me. I want good things for you. I want you to have health care. I want you to have higher wages. I want your grocery bills to be going down. I want us to be fighting less wars. And I want corruption to end in Washington. So now that you know, watch the space. Thanks.